Well, y'all, here we go. Honestly, I didn't know if I'd ever be posting again, but at this point, I really don't see any point in stopping. It's gotten about as bad as it's gonna get. And yeah, I think now it's time to start making videos again. It's been a good 2 months since I've stopped posting, and I've basically just been working on myself. I've been doing things that make me happy, trying to better myself in a lot of ways, and just taking time to reflect on where I went wrong the most. At this point, no matter what I do or what I say, people are going to be talking shit about me, or they're going to be trying to find some way to make videos about me for their own financial gain, for their own relevance, for, whatever they think in their mind is a good reason to be making these videos. And it's cool. Anybody can make any video online. I really don't care.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here once again. And truthfully, I did not think I would ever have to make another video on the Leaping Lemur, but they chose to open up their mouths once again. And he could say as much as he wants when it comes to saying we can make videos all we want about him. He does not care. He really does care. If he did not, two things. One, he would not post anymore. Two, he would not even acknowledge people making videos about him. That's rule number one of being a Lolcow, good sir, is you do not acknowledge that people are going to make videos about you of your sudden return. That was your first mistake. And there is a gray area with all of this as well. The title of the video is called Major Chilla Said a Slur. We have not seen that part of the video yet, but I really do think that even if he did, Major Chilla really did. I know he made a video about this immediately afterwards as well, and that's how I actually first found out that, oh shit, this sexual offender, alleged, is back online once again. And you know me, I cannot let down a good opportunity like this to just keep going at it and everything. That's part of this whole channel, obviously. But yeah, so we're gonna see really what is going to be in store from this Leaping Lemur's response and everything. First off, I gotta say, playing Black Ops Zombies is such a God, why am I going such a tangent? It's such a major plus, I will say. Although, to be fair, Kindertoten on the original Black Ops, that's the best zombies map, my guy. Why are you playing on Black Ops 3? But you know what? I think we've rambled on enough. Let's keep going on and see really where he wants to go with this.
But what my point is that if people are going to be making money off of this drama, that I might as well be, making my own videos and kind of gaining my own views and my own relevance and my own money from it, because it's not going to stop. Even if I do stop and focus on myself, which I do plan on doing, focusing a lot more on real life and less on the internet, not posting every single fucking day. But still, it's not going to stop. Like, that's not going to stop anybody from talking the shit that they talk. And at the beginning, some of it was warranted. There was a lot of people who were giving me criticism that I actually took to heart. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. If I'm going to be talking shit about Nova's weight, I definitely should be worrying more about mine. Like, I should be a lot more conscious about what I'm doing. So I've started to eat better. I've started to, work more on my health. And that's a good thing. But there's also a lot of shit that just is untrue, and it just isn't backed by any evidence. And I'm sure anybody who's watched any of these videos can see that there's literally zero evidence in any of them. It's all hearsay. And I feel like I keep saying this over and over again, but people seem to point to nothing. They point to somebody else's video who uses clips that are hearsay. Like, shit, I didn't even know this was happening, but I went to check the comments on my YouTube channel just to see what people were saying. And somebody was talking about how Mayor Menace was making a video about me, exposing me like 4 days ago. I go to check this dude's video, and he's already opening the video up by being like, yeah, this is shit from a month ago.
So, Leaping Lemur, I will say, and I'm pretty sure I've said this as well on maybe the Nova Online video, somebody's video. If you want to take a priority in your health, I think wholeheartedly go do it. The difference is that if you say you go do it and pictures come out that it's not the case, or you claim something that's not true, that's a different conversation. But I really do hope, just in a health perspective, this is just me being a genuine person, ignoring the fact that, again, the alleged stuff that really got you kind of shoved off the internet to begin with. If you really look at yourself in the mirror and you say, hey, I want to be healthier, I want to eat better, I want to get more in shape, I will always be a supporter no matter what. And call it what it is. If you think I'm stupid for saying that, supporting somebody like Lemur, That's your opinion, and that's fine. I just think that there are certain aspects of a person's life that if it's not impacting somebody else, I will say go do it. If it's something for your own personal growth, go for it. But that being said, you end up choosing to bring up another YouTuber, and I don't really know what you're trying to do here, because as far as I'm concerned, you basically clickbaited this video to have the start just be all about positivity and everything. And I think at this point, it's going to dive back into Major Chilla in the end and to see, I guess, what kind of slur was really said. And I don't think that is something that is really worth attacking somebody for. Let's be real here. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has said some stupid shit in their life, myself included. I'm sure if you really do enough digging of myself, then you would see some things that I have said in the past that are, at the time, nothing was ever all right about it by any means. But at the time, it wasn't really seen as this, oh shit, we have to cancel this person. Oh shit, we have to, rally all together and everything and take this person down because of something that they said. But you know what? If you're really gonna hold somebody accountable for somebody saying a slur, I mean, you have no leg to stand on. I don't even know. For me, I feel like this video at this point is just going to become him trying to cover his own ass again and again and again. First by talking about this one YouTuber who just made a video of him, I guess, a couple days ago. I believe Menacing Menace, I think is what he said. Yeah. And that's great. That's fine. I think YouTube videos really do grow and expand more once you have that dialogue there. And this is something that some people really need to learn as well when it comes to these docu-series or react channel kind of thing, is by watching it, replying, and it just comes a big back and forth and everything for ad revenue stuff. That's obvious. But for you to really come back here and try to, I'm assuming, throw your co-creator and to then say, oh, well, no, they dropped the slur, we should cancel them and everything. Dude, it's a slur. I don't think it's right by any means, but when you're trying to compare yourself as somebody who alleged the things that happened, if you want to know more, obviously, I have other YouTube videos based around that stuff. So then say, oh, but this person said a slur. They're much worse than I am. I don't know if this is something you can really redeem yourself out of.
And Sarah, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a good day and a good week as well, because today is a new update on the Leaping Lemur.
Like, I don't know what he's talking about at this point, but I've watched some of the videos and it's just him watching like my older videos where my sound quality is bad, and he's making fun of how like I was breathing into the microphone because I was sick at the time. It's just a bunch of bullshit. They get like 11,000 views. The dude's talking shit about me. He's talking shit about my weight. And I've seen him. Chilla's seen him. We've all seen him. He showed him and his girlfriend in the group chat one time. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're not skinny. They're not skinny. He probably weighs maybe a little bit less than me, maybe 20 pounds less than me. He was definitely in the 200-pound range. The guy is a big guy. I'm going to tell you right now, Mayor Menace is a big guy. You can tell by the way he talks. Chilla used to always fucking tell me, like all the time, he used to be like, dude, I don't know what we're going to do with Mayor Menace. Like, I want to give him a spot on the barnyard, but this dude doesn't know how to speak. It sounds like he has a mouthful of marbles. Like, the dude stutters on every word that he says, and it literally sounds like he has cotton balls stuffed in his cheek or something like that. I don't know how he gets to a recording.
You already lost the narrative here with Mayor Menace, Leaping Lemur. You literally just said that you were not going to attack people for their weight. Or maybe you just said you weren't going to attack Noah for his weight. I don't know. But either way, you're being vocal here as well, attacking somebody else on how they look and everything because they chose to share a picture of them and their significant other in, I'm assuming, your Discord server that you are all, well, you were a part of anyways. And you really are losing the narrative here. I do think that if what's going to give you views is going to be digging through archives on archives of videos of people, go do it. I'm all for it by all means and everything. Swampy D, if you have never checked out his channel, he has done probably the equivalent of the Chris Chan YouTube channel that has, I want to say, I don't even know at this point, 200, 300 maybe parts of Chris Chan. Basically, everything from the early YouTube days till now, it's all archived basically on one channel. Swampy D is doing the same thing with Cyrax. So, for those of you who really want a deep dive on Cyrax, go check out Swampy D. Great YouTuber, great channel, highly recommend it. But I I really just want to get to the part in the video though where he's talking about Major Chilla. Really, I want to see what this slur really is and why it is a thing, because we're already about, I don't know, a fourth into the video, and I don't know how much longer you're gonna go on about Mayor Menace and attacking him in a video that was supposed to be focused on Major Chilla. Stick to the script. If you really want to have a separate video calling somebody else out, calling another YouTuber out, stick to the script of what you want to say in your video. Down the road, make another video on Mayor Menace, because it sounds like you really want to, because you're bashing on this guy for making a shit ton of videos of your older content and everything. I have not watched Mayor Menace's videos, but I have seen some clips pop up of your early times on YouTube and everything. And man, you're doing the same shit and everything that you're talking about with Mayor Menace, basically. Your entire personality flipped the script the second Kiwi Tapes and Smokey MCC came onto the scene. You're like, oh shit, let me copy their style instead of just breathing heavily into the mic and talking very slow and calm and everything. I just want to get to the point where you're talking about Major Chilla, because I think that's why we're all here for this.
Sick. I'm so sick. I think I'm back to me about a bunch of bullshit. He wasn't a very good friend, I gotta say. That's why he posts 4 or 5 videos a month. He would tell me that he was gonna make a video in the morning, and then by the afternoon, he would start telling me he's too drunk to record. And then he would want me to start playing video games with some girl that he knew from school. And then it just so happens that like 2 weeks later, Morty is divorced from his wife. Honestly, I don't know too much of what went on with that. I just remember joining the conversation for a few seconds and being like, dude, that's probably not a good idea. And then leaving, and I told Teeth Gums about it. Like, I told her, dude, this is pretty fucking crazy. You probably shouldn't do this. And that was it. That was the end of it. So they all have their issues. Mayor Menace is fat. Chile is a drunk. And Morty is a gooner too. I mean, I'm sure that some shit will come out about Morty eventually. Some shit will come out about Chilla. He'll get drunk on live stream and drop another slur like he did before.
I don't think this is the first sketchy link Nova has clicked on this week. In fact, this was probably the safest link he's clicked on all day. I mean, the things Nova's looking up, he's into the diaper community, he's into My Little Pony, and, you know, I hate to say it, but just about everyone I know who's been involved in that ends up taking a very similar route to Nova, Jupiter, and Earl Doobie. And what does that all have in common? Well, normally talking to children, but Nova, he's got this one specific thing that I think he loves to do more than Earl Doobie and Jupiter, and that's play dress up. Because after he got his account leaked, the fool was dressing up as a female. He's trooning out guys.
Like, he knows this. If you thought what I said on live stream was bad, shit, you should have been there when Major Chilla was dropping the slur after he got drunk, man. A lot of his gay fans would probably be very upset. You know, the LGBTQ community and Major Chilla's fan group, or whatever the fuck you call it, would probably be pretty upset. So honestly, that's a major reason why I really don't give a fuck about coming back. All the stupid ass shit that I've done is already out.
You're calling out Major Chilla for dropping the F slur towards the LGBTQIA plus community. That's your big magnum opus. That's your big attack on Major Chilla as well. I don't think it's a good word to say either. I've been very vocal about that as well. I have friends who have said that slur a number of times, and every time I'm always like, dude, there are 2 slurs that I absolutely cannot accept. One being this slur that Major Chilla has said apparently on streams. I don't know why you're not going to just post a direct video to it on this, at least the clip, or even just say the whole thing and then bleep out the slur. I don't know why you're making it sound like, oh, well, you know, he did say this and everything, and then, you know, if you watch our live streams and everything, everything about me is out in the open already. I'm the piece of shit. But man, Major Chilla is a bigger piece of shit. He's a drunk. He's very lazy. He's this, he's that. Every time he does videos, he is always drunk. Dude, pretty sure Smokey MCC has stated many a times, every time he does videos, he's always high off his ass. And you know what? I think that's the best time you can really get creative in your thoughts and everything, is to just let things flow out and stuff. And I'm not saying, no, go drink, go do weed. Hell no. Personally, I do, but that's my decision and everything. I'm aware of those conscious decisions and what the results may be. All I'm saying is, if you choose to do so in any kind of way that's going to change your own headspace and everything, just be safe. Okay, please just be safe. Do not drive. Do not put yourself into a bad situation. Going back to what I was just saying, though, my friends know the F slur, that is one that really gets me mad. Just my personal background as well. I know people who are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and I'm always going to be an advocate and a supporter of that community always. And using that slur is absolutely deplorable. Although there's this is me just going on my tangents again. This actually reminds me of that episode of South Park with all the Harley Davidson bikers and everything. They're revving up the engines, going up and down the streets and everything, and eventually the South Park community convinces the dictionary.com, the Webster dictionary, to change the definition of the F slur from the LGBTQIA plus community to obnoxious Harley Davidson bikers. I think that's a great way to really show the difference of how that word really is used nowadays. Obviously, when the gay community was, I didn't want to say started forming, because it's always been, that community's always been around and everything, but I believe once the community really kind of gained more of a spotlight in a sense, I think that's where the slurs really started coming into play and everything. And unfortunately, it is still a not great thing that the slurs are still a thing. I mean, shit, there's slurs for every race, religion. I personally may call a couple slurs myself and from my religious beliefs. It's not fun, far from it. But also, I don't really understand how you could look at this, Lemur, and say, yeah, well, you know, I allegedly S8'd somebody, but Major Chilla, he said the F slur. He's a bad man. Especially to his community, who's all about, you know, the gay community, all of his gay fans and everything. They should all just drop him. If you want to keep making videos, if you want to keep doing what you did before and everything, where it's just, hey, here's Tofia Chu, here's Amberlyn Reed, here's Ash Trevino, all these shitty TikTok locales, I would say personally, go right ahead. You're not going to redeem your ass by talking shit about other people in your friend group who you were a part of at the time in the barnyard and everything. This is not helping your case at all, Lemur. Far from it. This is actually making you look even worse, since we already know that the texts that were leaked, you were talking shit about Chilla. You were talking shit about Kiwi Tape, saying, oh, Kiwi Tape stole shit from me and everything else. And now you're trying to make it sound like, no. See, I did say those things, but everything I did is already out in the open. Nothing, I'm not hiding anything anymore. But Chilla, man, you should go some digging on his ass and see what he has in store.
It came out. My time is over. You guys, it's done. You aren't going to get any more out of me. I'm working on myself as a person. I'm not going to be doing any more weird fucking online relationships. I'm talking to people in real life. Like, I was a fucking idiot. I was an idiot doing some kind of weird online dating with somebody who was a fan. I've already said this a million times over, so I'm not going to rehash it and start being like, I'm sorry, because you've already heard it. But everybody already knows this, so there's no point in hiding anymore. I don't plan on doing any more stupid shit. I did what I did. It was stupid. All my shit came out. And now I'm going to move forward. And then I'm going to wait as these people's shit starts to come out. You know, once Major Chilla slips up, once fucking Mayor Menace slips up, and then I'll be there. So don't trip. Because best believe that Chilla will do the same thing that he did to me, to you, Mayor Menace, to you, Morty, to anybody who's close to him. He'll do the same fucking shit. And when it happens to fucking Major Chilla, Mayor Menace is going to be there making videos about him. Like, it's just a matter of time. Trust me, I know all these people. I talk to them in the group chats. They all have their issues bigger than mine. You'd be surprised. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human. I'm not using that as an excuse to be like, oh, you know, I'm just human. That's why I did this. No, I was a fucking idiot. But my point is that we all have our flaws, and they all come out one way or another. And those motherfuckers have some pretty big flaws. So, Menace, if you're wondering why all those times Major Chilla told you no when you asked for a spot on the barnyard, because I know you remember those times. He came back and told me about it. It was because he thought that you sounded like shit. He didn't think that you sounded good and that you were good at making content. He said that you would ruin the flow of the conversation, so we shouldn't include you and we should only use you in the background. That's what he told me like multiple times. I mean, you don't think this dude talks shit? That's the thing about YouTube. It's like fucking high school. Everybody talks shit about each other behind each other's backs. It's all a bunch of fucking social cliques and go here and go there. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. Like, there's literally no point in having online friends. You should be friends with people from a distance. You know,
Lemur, I'm about to give you a very truthful statement, and people are probably not going to like me about this because, for once, I'm going to agree with you on this about the statement of how the YouTube space works when you're collaborating with other people online. Not all the time, but most of the time, it is basically high school cliques and everything. Years back when I was doing my other YouTube channel, I became active and welcomed into this big community. And within that community, we had different cliques within the community itself and everything. I was only talking to certain people and stuff. And a lot of the general discussion in our main server page was just, I hate to say this, immature responses, immature people just saying, oh, hey, come watch my video. Hey, come watch it. Come drop a like. You know, I posted this video, that video, yada, yada, yada. And then it dealt from that, basically saying, hey, a subset of us, let's go make our own server where we can all just hang out, chat, etc. And like, great, thumbs up. And we just made a big old collaborative series for 3 years, roughly. I try to remember the timeline of events and everything, but I know it was for a decent amount of time. We had this server running and everything where we were all just doing videos together, which was a lot of fun by all means. But then, you know, some people in that group chose to go their own ways, which is totally fine, and I respect that. There was definitely drama going on behind the scenes. People were DMing each other and accusing each other of this and that, accusing people of like, oh, well, this person cheated because they didn't show their webcam. This person was cheating because it looked like in their video somebody was helping them out, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it does go downhill from there. But also, I don't think just having online friends is a bad thing either. If you're, I would say, a very few subsets of a bigger majority, your online friends could become your real friends as well. I mean, my wedding that, you know, I'm getting married, obviously I've said that before, half of the people at the wedding are people who I met through the online space and everything. Not just on YouTube, but I'm even talking back in the days of playing PlayStation 4 online with people and everything. Because growing up, I did not have a 360, so I never had the opportunity to do the Xbox Live stuff when that was the big thing. I'm sure there are people talking shit about me as well from back in the day on their own DMs and everything. I know I'm not everybody's favorite person either. I know that I've done stupid shit. I know that I piss people off and everything. But at the end of the day, though, that's also just life as well and everything. It's one of those things. And yes, I would also encourage you to go and meet people in real life. Go explore, go adventure out in real life and not just sit behind a computer screen all day. It's not healthy, far from it. But also, do not let the fear and concern of potentially becoming friends with people who are going to backstab you in an online space be a reason why you would not want to take that opportunity and socialize with those people. Because let's be real here, you can do the same thing with people in real life. People who you grow friendships with and everything, they could still backstab you in real life. Shit, that's happened to me before. Personally, I've done that a few times myself and everything because some people are just that awful. At the end of the day, though, that's life. That is life. It does not matter if you're in an online space and an in-person space. Does not matter at all. But look, I think at this point, though, I think I've ranted on enough about the lemur and everything. If he chooses to make any more videos about attacking Major Chilla, attacking other content creators in the drama space, I'll definitely do those. If not, lemur, I really hope that you keep doing what you're doing as well. I would never stop somebody from doing this kind of stuff as long as you're not attacking people in the community you were a part of. That's where I draw the line. But with all that being said, just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you around in the next video. Take care.